There's been another Heroquest leak, and this time it's for the brand new rogue hero. But first, Zargon said some things that I haven't yet covered. On May 26th, he said, "My digital realm grows." The Heroquest companion app has added 2 quests in the latest update, New Beginnings and Forsaken Tunnels of Zorzel. What this means is that you can play those quests that were originally online exclusives using the app as well. And you can see here in somebody's Reddit post, they're right there in the app. The only one though that I don't see there is the original mentor quest. Then on June 1st, Zargon said, "Not a big fan of weather." This of course is alluding to the fact that they're going to be showing more details of Frozen Horror very soon, and this goes along with the June 7th post of, "To my dread army, I'm departing on a journey to the north, where I have important business waking an ancient terror and all. I shall return in a few weeks' time. In my stead, you may continue worshipping me and defeating heroes. Do nothing else. Yours most maniacally, Z." So yeah, while it has the Zargon cheese, they're teasing that there's going to be another announcement in the next couple weeks. I imagine that we'll be learning more about Frozen Horror at Gen Con this year too. But then, on June 8th, I came across this very interesting post on the Heroquest subreddit. And it is, "New Hero Collection leaked, the Rogue Heir of Elethorn." This is very exciting. Let's take a look. There's actually 2 links for this, both of which I do believe are credible, just because we have seen these companies in the past with the retail release leaks, and the retail release did happen, as well as the fact that Amalgam Ash got into contact with the Senior Director and Product Development Lead at Avalon Hill, and he said that this is in fact coming. More on that later. So first, let's check out the Meeple Mart description. "A nimble skirmisher who is deadly with small blades, but you lack the ability to use metal armor and shields. Equipped with your trusty bandolier, you are always prepared for danger." Bandolier is interesting here because it's usually used for bullets, but as you can see from this picture here, it looks like the bandolier is referring to a belt filled with throwing daggers on it. Important feature to highlight, the rogue can perform range attacks, which makes it a desired character to add to the collection. Must have Heroquest game. And in here, the contents are 2 miniatures and 12 cards, and those cards are divided up into 2 hero cards, 6 skills, 2 daggers, and 2 bandoliers. Let's take a look at the pictures now. The first one is the one that I flashed up briefly, showing the 2 elf heroes, one's male, one female. Looks like they have a short sword in one hand and a dagger in the other, and I think Avalon Hill warped the sides of the dagger to make it stand out because those are tiny daggers on their belt, and if it's meant to represent the same one, they're way off scale. With these 2, I can't help but being reminded of Vex and Vax from Vox Machina, just because they were both rogues of elven descent. A few other things about their appearance here. They have a nice billowing cloak, leather bracers on their arms, big, pointy elvish ears just like the base game Heroquest elf. They also have what looks to be a lion symbol in their knee pads, and plenty of random cloth strips and different layers that may be fun to paint. Sorry it's kind of blurry, but we also can see what the contents of this expansion will be. And the setup is incredibly similar to the Commander of the Guardian Knight. That seems to be intentional. We have here the box, the inner box with the 2 miniatures in it, and the back of the box, as well as the separating of all the cards, and a nice little certificate. Presumably, these miniatures will be wrapped up in a nice little tissue paper with a sticker on it, just like the Commander of the Guardian Knight. I have a second link to show you, and this is Universal Distribution. This is a website that we also looked at when we were looking at the Heroquest leaks. I think the 2 to 5 player 120 minute and 14 plus thing is just for Heroquest in general. It's the exact same information as Meeple Mart, with the only difference being that there's actually a release date on here of November 14th, 2022. A very interesting thing with these websites is that they were also taken down. Take a look at what happens when I refresh this page. We're sorry, the web address you entered is not a functioning page on our site. What about the Universal Distribution one, which of course has the exact same 2 pictures with pre-order stuck in the corner? Oh, interesting. The picture is stuck around, but all the information is gone from it. Through Amalgam Ash's video about this, getting into contact with Chris, I can tell you a couple things as well. The first is that this will be produced in large quantities, making sure that they don't run into the supply issue that they ran into with the Guardian Knight. They're also trying to make up for that at the same time. And it should have a similar price as well. This is also not an exclusive product, meaning that you should be able to get it for a long period of time.
I quote, Chris said, "Scalpers will be disappointed. There's just going to be that much supply."
It sounds like they might do more of these in the future, because they're meant to build hype while they get ready to release a bigger release, such as Frozen Horror. I'm familiar with this type of concept by releasing a smaller video when working on a larger project. And there were also 2 quotes here that make it sound like Hasbro and Avalon Hill really do care about the future of this game. despite many mistakes in the past.
Chris said that, we all grew up playing this game, making our own quests, homebrewing. It was our game, and it needs to feel like it's our game, was quote number 1. Quote number 2, it needs to be accessible.
A couple things stood out to me about these rogue heroes. Some people may not like this because it's sort of like the D&D-ification of Heroquest. There's already Bard, Warlock, and Druid, all from D&D, and we're bringing in yet another optional rogue hero. Some people will like this variety, and others will just ignore it and not purchase this for their game. And the good thing about this being optional is that it's not going to overwrite the main 4 heroes. They're still in the main game, and you can play with those if you wish. Something else quite interesting is where these rogues are from. Elethorn. This may just be a random elvish sounding name, but it sounds sort of similar to Eldamar, which if you don't know from the Silmarillion, it's where the elves lived before the world was made round in Middle-earth lore. With this expansion, the New Beginnings quest that I still need to upload, and Frozen Horror, the future of Heroquest does seem to be bright. If you want to see more Heroquest content, click the video on screen now. Thanks for watching, goodbye!